Is anybody going to join me tonight? Let's see who does. Somebody spotted that I've gone live and you're around somewhere. Who's it going to be? Who's going to be the first one? Nobody. Somebody's here. Digger one. How you doing, brother? The other day, which one was that? Which video? I've just put one out today, this morning. Did you see it? I'm sure you did. I'm sure you commented. Maybe I'm wrong. Told to try and follow everybody. Just put one out just this morning. Another one. Cracker. And thank you. Okay. Well, we just got your new. Wait till you see that one. Oh yes, no, it is. That is the one. Sorry, that is the one. Yeah. I put that out this morning. Okay, so I've got no viewers. So Digger one must have gone and looked. That's it. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are on. Yeah. So I've only got you. You're the only one. Just me and you chatting, mate. There will be others, but I didn't make it known that I was coming on. I just decided to come on and wanted to have a chat with people and talk about your finds, maybe. What did you find? Have you found anything this week? Yeah, it just popped up that I was live. I know I didn't inform anybody. I just went live. Others will come. Won't be many. I never get many, but I enjoy having a chat with the lads, especially those who follow me. And I want you to know that I appreciate your views and your comments. I try to respond to everybody, but it's only you here at the moment. And that's what it's saying to me. Only you. And I think I just asked you if you went out this week and found anything. So maybe you can tell me about that. What a shame you can't talk. And because it's a bind, isn't it? Just having to type everything. It's a pain in the arse. That's why I do the live thing, so I don't have to type. Time is it now? It's 10 to 7 here. Oh, there's two watching now. So somebody else is on. Who is it? I do not know. But there's only your notices up there, Diggle. Now there's nobody on, it's saying. Now there's you on, or one on. So it goes from 0 to 1, 0 to 2, and then, a bit of Roman fibula and a little silver ring. How old's a silver ring? An half a King Henry VIII hammered. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's a pretty good day. There's still just you on. Somebody did come on for a brief moment and then went off again. I don't know who it was. It's probably a bit early over there in England. It's 10 to 7 here, so it'll be 10 to 6. So there'll be many guys just either coming back from detecting now, maybe they're staying out even longer, or just coming home from work and don't have time yet. Okay, so CSA is here, but it's only saying 1. Yeah. How you doing, Thomas? All right. There's only you on, I believe. I don't know if Dig 1's still there, but it's only saying 1 on. Okay, this is crazy because it's saying 1. And I've got Digger 1. All right. So Digger 1's saying, yes, there's a problem with my posture. With my posts. It's iron infested. Aha. So everything's good, Thomas. Did you make contact with that guy who promised you some money? Because I've had a little bit of contact with him by email. If you haven't, I know that he wants to give it to you. Kenny's here. How you doing, Kenny? So now I've got, it says 2 on, but I should have 3. Anyway, the guy wants to give you $20. I've got his email. Do you want me to send it to you, Thomas? Or do you want me to send you his email? Because he is going to make a donation to you. I just think he's having problems getting hold of you. Unless you've already spoke with him and you've got it. I've got 3 on there. It's saying I've got 3 on there. So that's Kenny. And I've got Thomas. And I've got Digger 1. I'm not expecting many on tonight. I never get many anyway. If I get 15, Jesus Christ, that's big numbers for me. But there's only 3 on at the moment. Are you all right, Kenny, old chap? How's your hand? Is it okay? Is it coming on? When will you be swinging, Kenny? Another week or so? 2 week? That picture what you sent me, Jesus Christ, it was bad. That was, Kenny. Really deep in too. So Thomas says, what a rush. I had no contact with him. But yes, he did donate. Oh, that's nice. That's great. Okay, we've got 4 on now. I don't know who the 4th one is. So we've got Kenny, Thomas, and Digger 1. But it says 4 here. Come on, number 4. Write something to me. Let me know who you are. Kenny says he's got about a week to go and he can get back detecting. Epcat 64. How you doing, brother? Yeah, so you're the 4th one. I'm good, thanks, bro. No problems. I just thought it'd come on quick. And got nothing else to do. Got 5 on now. Wow. Who's the other one? Digger 1 says it's Lurker. Lol. Lurker. What's Lurker? Your name or the other one who's come on? Got 6 on now. Now 5 again. Okay. Thomas is saying hello to everybody. Who's the 5th one? Epcot says everything's good, my friend. Good to know everybody's all right. That's really cool. We've got 4 on, then 5, and then 4, and then back to 5 again. So who's the 5th? I'll wait till there's a few more on, Thomas. I'm going to shout your name out again. See if we can get some more donations for you. That would be cool. Got 6 on. Okay. Detecting with the coup. Okay, they're in Holland because I just wrote back to you. I don't know your name. You'll have to tell me your name. I forget names dead easy, so don't be offended. That's why I put hello, bro, and stuff like that. I can't remember names, but some people's I can't forget, like Kenny. I've been chatting with Kenny for years, and Thomas, so I don't forget their names. So we've got 5 on again. So Epcat says I've got 6, and I've got 5. Detecting with the coup. Hi, mate. Tea break from Game Coops in the house. Okay. So I don't know your name. You said you were going to tell me, or I asked if you'd tell me. And I know that you're in Holland because I just responded to you. You should find some pretty good stuff there. I think the laws are pretty relaxed there in Holland, aren't they, for metal detecting? And I think you can keep most of your stuff, can't you? I don't know. I'm not sure. Tell me. The other one says, come on, show yourself, to the 6th one. Thomas says he's blushing. Martin Portofino. Hello from Vienna. Okay, Martin. I just responded to you too. I've had a look at your YouTube channel. You've got no subscribers. Do you metal detect? And I know you speak English, aber ich kann in Deutsch reden, wenn du willst. Thomas says, take a look at his personal Facebook. Here is the link. Okay, well, we don't see it yet. Digger One says, I had to make my dig a bit short. It started to thunder and lightning. We've had real bad rain here today. It flooded the, if you just have a look over there, 2 inches deep, which is about 3 or 4 centimetres. Every time it rains really heavy, we have to sit out there. Dean, of course it is, Dean. You see, you'd have to, you know, when you write to me, just sign at the end, Dean. Just keep doing that, and I'll get it eventually. Coops is my alias. You are Dutch, aren't you, Dean? Yeah, you are Dutch, or are you an Englishman in Holland? Thomas says he can't find the link. Thomas is also German, so if Martin wants to talk with Thomas is in France, but he's German, so you can talk in English. My English is better. Good. Okay. So I presume you're Austrian, yeah? When you have time, we can speak on Facebook, and I can write you there. Okay, just find me on Facebook. No problem. Jeff with a G, Geoff Mellard, Mellard. Just right. Send a friend request, and we can have a chat sometime. Epcat64 says hello to Dean. Thomas says, but look for my name, Thomas Herendorf. It's the one with the horse. Okay. What, on Facebook? So go to Facebook and look for Thomas Herendorf. It's all up there, so you can all see it. It's the one with, and it's the person with the horse. Okay. Thomas looks after horses that's been treated bad or destined for the scrap heap. And he rescues these horses, and he has to pay out of his own money, and sometimes he struggles. And we had a couple of people who donated on it, or one person who donated. Some people are not able to donate, but they do other things. And Dean, my name's Jeff. I picked the name Cromwell because Oliver Cromwell is one of my heroes. He's from the 17th century. He did away with the royal family, or he did away with royalty in 1649 when King Charles I was beheaded, and he did away with royalty. So he's my hero. And the 13649 is my birthday. 13 is 13. 6 is June. 49 is the year I was born, 1949. So that's how I get 13649. Okay, so Epcat says DWK doing all right, my friend. So them two are having a little private chat. We've got 6 in now. Slowly going up. We've been on 14 minutes. So we give it about an hour tonight. Detecting with the coup. Yeah, thanks for all your messages. I'm enjoying them, and I try to respond. I don't know if I've missed any. I'm pretty sure I haven't. I appreciate you commenting. It's really welcome, and it's nice. And 99.999% send really nice comments, and I appreciate it. And nice to meet you too. All good, just relaxing gaming. My age is 29. 1988 is a birth year. Is it 29 years ago since 1988? Holy shit. Yeah, it is. Jesus. Like 1988 seems around the corner for me. Jesus Christ. So Martin says, do you try detecting fields around Petronote? No, it's forbidden. I don't go around there, so it's forbidden. Totally forbidden. And I've got permissions. And how did you know I come from there? I go to Czech Republic a lot, and I do quite a bit in the Czech Republic. It's costing me an arm and a leg in diesel, but better than having problems. Kenny's back. Well, I didn't know you'd gone anywhere, Kenny. Martin, what is the forbidden zone from there? I don't have a clue, but I asked. I asked at the Gemeinde. I asked at the Gemeinde, and they told me it was forbidden, so I don't go there. It's as simple as that. Don't want no problems. Epcat 64, Jeff, not found anything this week. Not being able to get work. Work gets in the way. Yeah, it does. I'm retired now, though, matey, so I can go every day if I want. But it's farm season now, so it's looking like we're gonna have to find some woodland to do, which is a lot easier. Just about every field's planted now, and don't want to upset the farmers. Try to do everything lawfully without problems. Okay, Epcat 64. Just spent 3 hours sitting on the M25. Well, they call that the biggest car park in the world, don't they? That's what they say. I do not have fond memories of the M25. Thank you very much. I do not have fond. I remember I flew back from Canada one time. It took me about 6.5 hours to fly back from Canada. I picked up my car and went back. I was living in Nottingham at the time. And it took me nearly 9 hours to get back from Gatwick. So 6.5 hours from Canada, 9 hours to Nottingham from Gatwick. That's my memories of the M25. Kenny says, detecting with the coup says, indeed, all is well. I've been running the Ace 250. That's a brilliant machine. First 2 notches off iron and foil. Yeah. Thinking now, no wonder why I haven't found a silver hammer awaiting hay fields. It'll come. Don't worry. It'll come, Dean. Really. Just play with your machine a bit. Kenny says he's had a lot of luck in the woods. Oh, there you go. Okay, so maybe the woods are a good place to go. And Digger One says M25 and M20 are a nightmare. I know you don't have to tell me, brother. Thomas says he's German, but my wife and president of our organisation is British. Okay, so we see or self as an English family. See ourselves as an English family saving horses in France. Well, that's nice. So 3 different nations involved. Martin says, do you have some problem with police when you detect? No, I was a long time ago in a place called Engelhartstetten, Martin, and I was detecting with a friend, and it was right at the side of the main road, and the police stopped and asked what we was doing. Of course, we told him what we was doing, and I told him we'd got permission, because I do not go to places where I don't have permission. I might go in the woods. That's it. But otherwise, I don't go unless I've got permission, because it's just asking for trouble. And I do not like looking over my shoulder all the time, if you understand what that means, Martin. And I don't want no problems. So the policeman asked me if I'd got permission. I took out my phone I called the farmer and I asked the policeman to speak with him. So I gave him the phone. The farmer told him it's not a problem. We do have permission, and we got no problem. If you got permission, it's a big plus. It's when you don't get permission and you get caught, then you're going to get big problems. So I hope that answers that question. Which part of Vienna are you in, Martin? Twelfth district. Okay, well, not that far. I used to live in the 11th district, Simmering. Yourself, Martin, do you detect? And if so, where do you go? Okay, waiting for your answer, Martin. I don't know if you heard me. I'm just saying, do you detect yourself? And if you do, where do you go? I'm itching like mad. He was in Petronell this week. Oh. You be careful, because I know you ain't got permission in Petronell, because they don't give permission in Petronell. So you be very careful, please. So Thomas says the fact about being able to speak a few languages, and that's a FEW, by the way, Thomas, not FUE. Just putting you right there. I hope you don't mind, my friend. A few languages is that our reach is far, of course. I live a long time in Spain. We also speak Spanish. Cool. Well, you're doing a lot better than me, Thomas. I speak a little bit of German, and I'm not too bad. I can go anywhere and ask for what I want. It's more understanding it than speaking it. I'm pretty good at speaking it. It's just more understanding it because there's that many dialects. But I like German and obviously English, so that's it for me. My wife speaks about 5 or 6 languages, and Jessie, who is 15, speaks about 4 or 5 languages, and she's learning 2 or 3 more. So, Jesus, that's incredible. Martin Portofino says amazing. Martin Portofino to museum. Ah, okay. So he was in the museum in Petronell. Yeah, fascinating. Great museum. Yeah. And not to detect. So you don't detect them, Martin. Thomas says German, English, French, and Spanish. Wow, that's cool. Digger one, it's up to £3,000 fine here in the UK if you ain't got what permission do you mean, and get caught for it. Okay, well that's fair dues. Somebody was just writing to me today about some night hawkers, people who go on land without permission at night, but in England. He was telling me, a guy in England. So Martin says, one new here, and I'm still not detecting. I detect in 5 years, and I have very good luck. A statue of Roman gold. Oh, wow. And you still got it, or what? In my country. Now, the name Portofino sounds a bit Italian to me. Is that where you're from, Martin? Portofino, Spanish, Italian, I don't know. Bulgaria. Ah, okay. Okay, wow. Yeah, well, I've heard Bulgaria, Romania, there's all sorts of stuff. All sorts of stuff. Have you got a photo of you find? I'd love to see it. Many Roman things and Celtic. Wow. In Bulgaria, I'll come to Bulgaria with you. No problem. If you find stuff like that, let's go for a week. Love Bulgaria. Thomas says cheap property. Yeah, I've heard that too. Martin Portofino says we have. Not sure what he means. We have what? We've got 5 on. It's not going to get any more than 5 or 6, is it? Might have to stay around a little bit. Been on 26 minutes. Many Romans. Yeah. Sure, down there. Epcat 64. Is it? What's been my favourite place to detect? Good question. You know what I really like doing? I like underwater metal detecting. That's just dead easy. It's dead easy because when you get a target, all you do is that, and you whack the sand away, or the pebbles, and so no real physical work involved in doing that, and the rewards are much better than land detecting. I went away a couple of summers ago with an American friend to Croatia, and there were 3 of us, and we found 21 rings in a week. 18 were gold, 3 were silver. So that's not a bad haul for 3 of it in a week. How many people do you know have got that many rings land detecting? Or maybe on the beach land detecting, but not in the fields. You get the odd 1 or 2 rings, but you're not going to find 21 in a week. I doubt it. So that's quite nice. You know, you got a tank on your back, you're weightless in the water, so it's no effort, and I do enjoy. I enjoy that. Epcat 64. Tell me your name again. Is it Martin? I can't remember now. Bloody hell. Tell me favourite find ever. My favourite find. A few weeks ago. Or 3 videos ago. Found a Bronze Age spear. And I just sat back on my haunches and just looked at it for about 10 minutes thinking, I don't know, I can't describe the feeling. It was just an awesome feeling to think that, I mean, if you find a Roman coin, it's real history. But this thing was like double the amount of time, 3,500, 4,000 years old. You know, because when you look at Rome and you're looking at 2,000 years old, you're looking at this thing and it would double, like 3,500, 4,000 years old. And I was just gobsmacked. What an awesome find. But I do like that silver thing I found. I nearly threw it away. It was bent over. I almost threw it away. I thought it was a bottle cap, something like that. But it was just too heavy. If it hadn't been for the weight, I might have thrown it away. But the weight just says this is not alu, you know. And so I cleared the soil where it was bent over. If you imagine that being bent like that, it was filled up there with soil. And I dug all the soil out, and I could see something on it. I didn't know what it was. I could just see something engraved on it, or punched out, whatever way they did it. And so I thought, well, I'm saving that. Well, it'd be on the video anyway. So, and I just flattened it out when I got home, and I was, dear, what an incredible find! I thought. So anyway, Kenny Sampson says, what's on your wish list to find? Well, I'll tell you what's on my wish list, Kenny, and you know what it is. It's a gold coin. I found gold rings. I found nothing else gold. I tell a lie. I did find something else gold. It was a Roman ring, but it was gold dipped. And I've only had it confirmed this week that it was a Roman ring. It was half of one. You might have seen that, I don't know, a couple of years back. If you go back a couple of years in the videos, I think I call it a gold Roman ring. It was just gold dipped. It was broken. And I put the end on a stone, and you could see that it was a copper ring that had been gold plated. So it wasn't even bronze; it was a copper ring. So a gold coin would be something very, very good to me. That's at the top of my list, I think, or a statue or something like that. So now Martin says, "What is the law here? When you find something Roman, can you collect the item for yourself, or you have to go to a museum, and you got to report it within 24 hours." So Thomas says, Digger One Low, sorry, Epcat64 says, you will have to upload some vids from your detecting in water. They're on there. If you go back, they're all in there. There's one, it's got maybe like 3 or 4 gold rings on it. That's an underwater one. But you got to keep going back. And they all say scuba diving also. They'll give you some indication that they're underwater detecting. Thomas says that's how I felt when you know who made a donation. Totally did not expect it. Me neither, but I thought it was worth doing the shout out, Thomas, because you never know. If you don't ask, you don't get. So that was a surprise, and I'm glad. I just wish we could get you some more. I will do that video. I promise you. I won't let you down. I've got you a little bit money without doing it yet. Christian Saint, we've got 7 on now. Just came to see Harry from Miditech suggest your videos. Well, thank you, Christian Saint. That's very nice of you. Did you go and have a look at my channel? If you did, I'd appreciate your sub. And that's nice of Harry. Tell him, please, when you contact him again, tell him Jess says that's nice of you. He does try to help me, Harry. And I'll reward him for it. I'll get him here one day. Anyway. So, Christine. Sorry, it's not Christian. It's Christine. Sorry, my eyes are a bit wonky. Where are you from, Christine? Like to know a bit about you, especially if you comment on my videos. I always comment back. If I don't, there's a very good reason for it. I can't think of anybody I've never answered. There was one. I got so many views on it. I just couldn't cope with all the answers. I got like 750,000 views on one video, and I couldn't cope with all the answers. But that was about Hillary Clinton, nothing to do with detecting. But I did have another detective one. It's had about 684,000 views, where I thought I'd found a gold bar on top of a mountain. Kenny will tell you about that. And it's genuine, but it wasn't a genuine gold bar, unfortunately. It turned out to be brass. I actually disabled the comments because I'll get taking a lot of crap off a lot of people who was insisting that I planted it, which I didn't. But there was a mistake on the video. I told this last time I was on. I'll say it again. I was with a guy, an American guy, who I think now, looking back, planted that brass bar about this long. He planted it. I think. I'm pretty sure he did now. And as I was talking to him as I was sweeping, and I got this great signal, so I've got the camera on, and I'm pointing the camera at the ground, and I'm swinging, and I says it's here, and I dug, and I put the plug on top of the brass bar. When I got back home and edited it, before I dug the plug, I could see the brass bar in the grass, but I never saw it when I was actually digging. And this is the gospel truth. But I could see it on the video. So when I made the video, I put on the video, and if you go and have a look at it, and it says something like gold. The title is "Gold Bar Found by Gareth AT Pro," something like that. when I edited the video, I could see the gold bar, and I put on the video, and I wrote, and if you look at it, you'll see it says, if you look down, you can see the gold bar before I dig the plug. So I made that very clear on the video, but I didn't actually see it as I was digging. So I put the plug on top of it, got the pinpointer out, and started going round, and then and I got the signal. And when I found it, I must have pulled it from under the plug and didn't realise. Thought it was deep in the plug. I didn't realise it was the top. Anyway, I got 648 or 684,000 views on it. And a lot of people cussing me, calling me liar, and I swear to God, I wasn't lying. As you see, that video is as it happens. Right, so I'm just going to go back a bit, and that's the truth. So go and have a look at that. So yeah, right, so Christine says has sent me from ID Tech. Kenny Sampson says you have to find a coin like the one I find. Still can't ID it. I thought you told me about that coin, Kenny. So Kenny found a gold coin on the beach, and nobody can ID it. So there you go. So you might want to pop along and look at Kenny Sampson's. Martin Portofino. I have looked to find Roman gold coin. You found one of them too. Sometime I will tell you the story. The feeling is amazing. I can't believe in the beginning, in the start, he says. Yeah, I'd like that feeling. I can't understand why you're not detecting now, Martin. You should be detecting. We will have to get together sometime and have a chat. Okay. So Thomas from CSA says, I trust you. I don't know if he's referring to me. Probably about the film, is it, Thomas? Christine says, I'm living near Romsey, Hampshire. Okay. Oh, well, some good stuff down there, Hampshire. Jesus Christ, yeah, some great stuff down there. CSA says, I eat them all. And I watched them all. Sorry. I watched them all. Autocorrect. Okay. Burville, 100. How you doing, Jeff? Or hi, Jeff. How you doing, Burville? All right, mate. Where are you from? Aren't you from the States? I think you're from the States, aren't you? Not sure. We've got 6 in the house now. Wonder why I can't get more than 10 or 12. Crazy, really. I find good stuff. My videos aren't the best in the world, but I'm more about and try to bring you the history about it. If you look at this video, there's a little bit about how Samian pottery was made. I've lost everybody. I don't know what's happened here. There you are. Okay. I made a little bit of a video about how Samian ware is made. Samian ware is that reddish pottery, what the Romans used to make. So I focus more on the history, and I try to tell you about it. And the bits and pieces that I find, it's more about the history rather than concentrating on making like Hollywood films, if you know what I mean. So I don't go into a lot of detail and a lot of trouble to make a film. I take you along with me. If I find something, I film it. I try not to film crap, but sometimes that's all you find. So the last couple of 3 videos I've made, there's nothing spectacular on there. No Roman finds. Found a few nice old coins, 1750s, 1760s. But the milled coins, I think, or nothing special, but a couple of World War II coins with swastikas on and stuff like that, if you like that sort of thing. But nothing really ancient on the last 2 or 3 videos. But like I say, I try to concentrate on bringing you historical stuff and telling you a little bit of the history behind it. That's what I try to do. And I just have come to the conclusion that a lot of people aren't interested in that. If you, and I've said it for the last 2 or 3 live chats we've done, if I had a huge pair of boobs, I'd get millions of views. But people aren't really interested in or most people. That's the impression I get. Most people aren't interested in history. The women are. So maybe you're one of them, Christine. I don't know. They're interested in the history, but there seem to be few people that are really interested in history. And those few people are here tonight, and that tells you everything. I've got 6 viewers and 5 thumbs up. Okay, so just looking back again. So, do you metal detect, Christine? Let me know if you metal detect. Kenny's laughing, and so is Thomas. Burwell says, "Hi, Jeff. That's the last time." No, Anglesey, North Wales. Yeah. Okay. What's your channel? Is it Burville 100 then, or are you? We spoke not long ago. You know, Anglesey. I was down there scuba diving. Was I talking to you about that many years ago? And this fisherman got killed. So we went all the way down there, and we never, from Nottingham, we never went diving because I think the boat that we were supposed to be going on was also a fishing boat, and they went out the night before, put the nets over the side, and his leg got tangled up in the nets, and he got dragged down. By the time they got him up, he was dead, of course. By the time they got the nets back up, he was dead. So we didn't dive the next day. I'm not complaining about not diving. I'd sooner that guy be alive, but I'm just telling you the reason. So we didn't dive. And where else? I went to a place called Ligwy Bay in Anglesey. Ligwy Bay. There was a gold wreck went down there, a steamship from the 1800s. I'm trying to think of the name of it. In fact, the last year or so, there's a guy come across a big chunk of metal off that, and it was gold. It's worth about 50 grand or something. And he's been diving it, and we dived that wreck, but we didn't find anything. But we never had metal detectors back then, 30 years ago. Shame. Maybe we would have found it. So nothing more interesting than history, says Thomas. And you're right there. I'll go with that, and I'm sure Kenny will too. Kenny says, in fact, history is my hobby. I love to save it if I can. Yeah. Thomas says again, you can't tell where you're going if you don't know where you've been, or if you don't know where the beginning is. That's true. So Burville, that's right. Must have been 2 years ago we were chatting. Oh my God, is it so long? The Royal Charter is the name of that ship. That's quite correct. It's quite close to the shore, the Royal Charter is, and we did dive it. In fact, I don't know if I told you I wrote a song about that wreck when we all went down. I wrote a song about that because I used to play the guitar a little bit, and I used to take a regular song and change the lyrics to it, and it was all to do with what we were doing at the time. Is that Christine gone? Have you gone, Christine, or are you still around? And maybe she's had enough. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, I wrote this song about it 2 years ago when we were chatting. Martin says, I sell my detector in Bulgaria and I come here to work. I don't know nothing for the field here, and is difficult. Maybe we can get together. We'll see what we can do, Martin. Till now, I don't know nobody who's passionate enough about this hobby like me. After today, I will buy a Deus again, and we can go detect sometime. Epcat 64 says, keep losing, Jeff. What do you want me to lose? I don't know. What was you referring to specifically? Thomas says, did you get my email? Oh, me? Do you mean me? Christine's still here. Unfortunately, I can't go detecting. That's why I love to watch you guys. We got a few problems, Christine. You don't have to tell me if you don't want, but maybe, we can do something to help you. I don't know. That's a good thing I like to do, to help people. We raised a lot of money last year or year before. We got 3 or 4 detectors paid for and sent to people who had disabilities, so they could go out, even if it's in a wheelchair, and use the detector with somebody pushing them along. You know, just to get people out of the house, give them something to do. Maybe we can do something for you. So if you don't want to talk about it, great. But if you do, can't. Unfortunately, I can't go to. That's why we'll to watch you guys. She says. Kenny says signal. Okay, I'm lost, Kenny. Thomas says Epcat 64 Mickey Mouse internet got the same problem. Ha ha ha. CSA says Jeff, yes. Okay, now we've got 5 on, so somebody's gone. Now we've got 6 on again. We've been on 46 minutes, fellas, and I'm not going to reach 10, am I? That's for sure. Somebody tell me how I can reach over 10, because I don't know. Off and on signal. Okay, it's probably because I'm in the yard. This happened last time, Kenny. I'm quite a long way from the router. That's why. Burwell 100. Best fine. Yeah, I just said it. It was that Bronze Age spear, I think, and also the find on the last video. I put a video out today if you've not seen it. That big silver Roman disc. Kenny Sampson says, "Get my top off." Why, into titties, Kenny? Thomas says, all have to like the stream. We've got 5 people on and 5 likes, so I guess that's pretty good. But there was 6 on at one time, so somebody didn't like me. Okay, Kenny Sampson. Okay, Kenny, I've got you now. The penny's dropped. Okay, get your top off, and I'll get 10. I won't. I'll get none. Burville says he's going to watch that video after the live feed. Okay, bud. Yeah, you'll enjoy it. Believe me, you'll enjoy it. Well, you'll enjoy the finds. I don't know whether you'll enjoy the video. So Christine says, "I've just subscribed to your channel, Jeff." Thank you, Christine. If there's anybody else out there that you know who would subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Burville's laughing at my comment. So somebody came on and went off again, and they didn't like me. Who was it? Come on, five people watching, 5 likes. So but the maximum was 6. I might have had 7 at one time. I don't know. If I hang on long enough, maybe. Look, there's a time difference between me and Britain, and that's 1 hour. Okay. There's a time difference between me and the east coast of America, and that's 6 hours. God knows what it is to the middle of America and the west coast. I think it's 9. In fact, I think it's 9 hours because I've got a friend in Dallas, and I think he's 9 hours in front. Because every time I go there, I'm sleeping when I should be awake, and I'm awake when I should be asleep. It takes me ages to get adjusted, and then you just start getting adjusted, and you have to come back again and start all over again. It took me 3 months. First time I went, 9 hours different. It took me about 3 months to get right again. It's horrible. Because your old body clock gets out of sync and everything. I used to do a lot of travelling at one time, a lot, and I mean a lot. I was away like 8, 9 times a year, and at least once a month sometimes, and it was terrible. Anyway, so Christine, go. You can always contact me through the videos, but if you want to contact me personally, I've got a Facebook page called Jeff with a GEOFF, which is spelt there. And my last name is Mellard. That's Mike Echo Lima Lima Alpha Romeo Delta. Mellard. MELLARD. You can contact. No, I'm back online again. I went offline. He says I've got 7 on now. Wow. Who's on? Who else has come on? So I don't know if you got that last bit, Christine. Facebook, Jeff Mellard. MELLARD. Thomas says, Don Christie, thank you. We've got 7 online now. That was funny. We had 5 online. It went offline. It come back on. I got 7. I've got 8 on now. It says. Thomas says I should announce the live stream and give people time to come on. I did that last time, Thomas. 3 days beforehand. I've got 8 on now. Jesus, what's going on? Come on, who's the other 3? Come on, you watching? Say something. There's 3 more who's come on in the last. Now there's 4 more. So who else is on? So say something. 9. I'm only 1 short of 10. Jesus. It must be that time. It must be the time, Thomas, because I did announce it on just about every metal detecting channel I could find. And I didn't get more than 10. And that was last time. Stuart's on. How you doing, Stuart? Are you all right, buddy? I'm nice and sharp tonight, he says. Oh, by the way, next week, I think it's June the 6th, I'll have no internet all day. I don't know whether they're going to update it. It's absolutely crap here where I live. Same as telephone is crap. We've got 9 on. Anyway, so Stuart's on. There's 2 more that's come on and they're not saying anything. They're just watching and they're not saying anything. And who's that? I want to know who it is. Come on. Stuart said, yes, Jeff, we got a push notification. What's one of them, Stuart? I've got 11 on now. Come on. What's going crazy about Mercury? Diana. Hello, Jeff. It's Diana here in North Carolina. How are you doing? One of my favourite states. That's a beautiful state, North Carolina. Of course, we talked about it last time you was here. Crazy about Mercury. Diana, yeah. If you remember, we talked. In fact, you live where I went, either in Raleigh or Morehead City. You live in one of them 2. I remember now. Stuart, stalkers, Jeff. Yeah, I've got stalkers, Stu. Stephen Petticon's here. Hi, Stephen. How you doing? Can't stay for long. It don't matter. It's nice of you to pop in. Still in hospital with the wife and new baby. Oh, that's great. Everybody say thanks to or say hi to Stephen. He's just had a new baby. I've given you, if you've not seen it, Stephen, I've given you a shout out on one of my videos. You won't see it for a while because I'm loads of videos in hand. So when that video comes out, I've given you a shout out, and there's another guy giving a shout out. History Hunting UK, I think it is. So well done, Stephen. You go when you got to go, mate. Martin Portofino. Do you know where I can see the forbidden place here in Austria? If I start detecting here, it's good to know and avoid this place. No, you can't. Just don't go to Carnuntum or to Bad Deutsch-Altenburg. Just there's another one. But anywhere near there, just if you get caught, you're in deep shit, really. So we've got 10 looking now. Thomas says, woohoo, it's taking off. Yeah, it is. Crazy about Mercury. Diana says, yes, Morehead City. That's it. Beautiful city. Wish I was there right now. I miss the sea, Diana. I really miss the sea. And that sea, it's so warm because it's in the Gulf Stream. I was diving, I don't know, 50, 60 mile off the coast on the continental shelf. Lots of sharks, big sharks. I know there's a museum there in Morehead City with I can't remember, something to do with Captain Kidd's ship we found there, wasn't it? Was it Captain Kidd or one of the famous pirates? His ship were found there. And I went to this museum, and right over the double doors, there's a huge great white shark's head hanging over the door, which was caught there in North Carolina. It made me think twice before I went diving here again, I can tell you. But once you know they're in those waters, congrats, Stephen, from Kenny. Congrats from Thomas. You can see all that. Diana saying congrats. Christine saying congrats, Stephen. Any more news on the Roman Silver Roundel from today's release? No, not yet. You'll know. Stephen Pettigan, thanks, Jeff. Today's video was good. Glad you enjoyed it, mate. Diana's Blackbeard, that was it. Thanks, Diana. Blackbeard, that's it. They found his ship, didn't they? There. And have you been in that museum, Diana, where that shark's head is over the double doors? That great white shark's head. Burville, Jack Sparrow. Bye, Stephen. Take care, mate. Kenny Sampson says Captain Kidd's from his hometown. Well, all the robbers are from there, aren't they, Kenny? You're the only one. You're the only one who's straight. Diana says yes, and it will scare you when you see when you first see it. It scared me when I first saw it because I was there diving that week, and the next time I came, I was there diving, and I couldn't forget that shark, that great white shark, and I'm thinking, I'm in the water there. I'll tell you one thing I did, Diana, while I was out there. There's a lot of merchant ships sunk out there with a U-boat in World War II. And that U-boat was sunken there by the American Coast Guard, and it's called the U-352. If you go on YouTube and you put U-352, it'll come up and it'll tell you. And I've dived on that submarine, and I went inside it, and there's still 13 bodies on it. I didn't see any bones, but I think there were 13 guys who never got out of it anyway. And the gun's missing from it, and nobody's ever found out where it is. A lot of people had the feeling it was recovered, and if you find out the guy that discovered that wreck, that's the guy whose boat I went on. He discovered that U-boat. I can't remember his name now, but I know he died a few years back. And his sons, I was actually on his boat, the guy who died, not when he died, but he was our skipper. And his son's taken over now. I don't know if he's still there or not, but he found that boat. What else we got here? Yeah, it's a big shark, Dan, a big, great white shark. I was diving on a wreck out there, and it was they told us when we got in the water, it was about 35 meters deep, 120 feet, something like that. And he said, when you go down, you might find barrels, what look like oil barrels or oil drums on the floor, half buried in the seabed. If you see them, don't touch them because they're mines. And I was diving with a Swedish guy. I can't even remember his name now. He come along on our trip, and I was diving with him, and we found one of these barrels. And of course, I was having a look on the bottom, and I'm getting bit to death by mosquitoes, so that's why I keep bending down. And I've got short pants on. Anyway, so while I was looking at this barrel, it was just sand on the bottom, nothing else, no weed, nothing, just sand. This barrel's half buried. And then my buddy tapped me on the shoulder, and I looked up, and there was a barracuda. And it's the biggest barracuda I've ever seen in my life. It must have been all of 6.5 feet long, and it was quite fat. It must have been, I don't know, half a meter, 50 centimeters from his dorsal fin to its underbelly. and it was coming towards me. It weren't coming towards me at speed. It was just inquisitively coming towards me very, very slowly. And honestly, the teeth on it were like that, a good inch long, these two teeth that were sticking down. And I instinctively pushed off the bottom towards it. Because if I get threatened by anything, I get aggressive back. I'll give you another instance of that. So I instinctively went towards it. And as I started going towards it, it stopped in mid-water. And I don't know how it did it, but it was going backwards because I was going towards it. It would never get within arm's length of me. Not that I wanted it to. It did scare me, but I just instinctively wanted to threaten it back. So it knew, so that it knew I weren't scared of it. And I did the same with the shark. And I've got the photo upstairs. I was on a wreck called the Papoose. That was sunk out there, and there's big open parts on the wreck. And I went inside, and there was a sand tiger shark in there, about 3 meters long, 9-10 foot long, so a big thing. And I didn't see it because I was posing for a photo. The guy who was with me, and his name was Larry Cohen, he's a friend of mine, lives in New York City, and he was taking photos of me. And he took a photo of me, and then he pointed like that. So, and I looked round, and this sand tiger's shark was its face was here, like that, really that close. And we were just eyeballing each other. And it eyeballed me for too long. So I just brought my hand up and I hit it in the face. I swear to God, I swear on my holy mother and my father's gravestones. I can't say because they're not alive. And I hit it in the face, and it just scuppered off, and it went through all the other divers who was around, and I was the only Brit there, the one British person. All the rest was American, except for this one guy who come from me from Sweden, and they all went crazy at me. Said, "You Brits are mad, hitting that shark." And I says, "I weren't scared of it." And he said, "We were, because you spooked it, and it was weaving in and out, so we were scared." So I got a right telling off for that. So I didn't do it again. Maybe it's a good job. Maybe I'd have lost my hand second time. So what else has been said? Captain Kidd from my own. Yeah. Kenny Sampson. Diana's saying yes again. I don't know. Maybe it's reference to something I said. So got set off to collect some printer links via Amazon Locker in a few minutes, Jeff. Okay, Stuart. Thanks for dropping by, buddy. I get notified when you bring out a video, so I'm starting to do that now. Notifications a lot. I never did it before for some reason. I'm getting bit to death here. U352, that's a famous one. I'd love to see a video on that. You can, Thomas, just go to YouTube and put in U352 and you will see videos on it. You can also put in Scapa Flow wrecks and you can see that the wrecks up at Scapa Flow that have dived on the German First World War fleet. They're all up there. I dived every one of them. Any sign of the new machine yet? No, not. I'm still waiting, Stuart. I'll let you know when it comes. Thomas says, Jeff, mix water at 1 litre with a cup of vinegar. That should get rid of the mosquitoes. Okay, that's a nice thing to know. Thanks. But it'll get rid of my wife as well, I think. Christine Saint. Hello, Christine. You've certainly had some exciting time, Jeff. I have. Really. I've had a good life. I've settled down a bit now. I'm 69 in about no, I'm not, in 2.5 weeks. So another year to go and I'm 70. But I'm still kicking. I'm still going diving in a few weeks' time. But it won't be deep. It'll be for rings and stuff. Mitchell. How you doing? All right, brother. How you doing? Nice to see you here. We got 10 in. I'm on double figures. Jesus Christ. Thomas says, no, you in it. You must be referring to the vinegar. Mitchell, do you like the BBC programme Detectorists? I haven't looked at it. I don't live in England, so I don't know if it's on YouTube. If it's on YouTube, I'll have a look. But I don't get British TV. Will that be with the American Digger in Europe? Yeah. You should go and have a look at his channel. I've never seen anybody. He's a lovely guy. He's so sociable. He really is sociable. Really, really nice guy. But don't fuck around with him, or I shouldn't have said that. Don't screw around with him, because he's American Special Forces. So, but I don't suck up his arse because of that. He's just a genuinely nice guy, and he's been down here and stayed with me. And he really is a nice guy, and I want to go with him again. You've never seen anybody find rings like him. He must have a suitcase full of rings. He's always finding rings. And he's took a diving course now, so he'll be doing more. I've got 11 in the house now. Who else is here? Stuart says, will that be the American Digger in Europe? Yes, that was the last message. So who else is in? Anybody else in? Christine Saint. I live in Austria. Now, if you're in America, that's Austria, Europe. Because I don't know how many people I write to in America when I tell them I'm in Austria, they just say, Australia is like America. They always come back and I say, no. There ain't no there's no kangaroos in Austria. I'm in Austria. And so now I tend to put Europe, because lots of Americans get mixed up with Austria and Australia. Two different countries. Mitchell says it's fantastic, a drama comedy around detectorists searching for Saxon gold, but always finding tat. Well, we all do it, and we all find tat, so it's like a real life drama, really. That clickbait, one night walking in the park was a bit naughty. You keep going on about that, Stuart. You're never going to let me forget it, are you? We all know what night walkers are, buddy. Yeah, I know. It just shows you, though. I'm just trying to prove a point. I just wanted to prove a point. I said to my missus, I'm going to put this on, watch my views go through the roof. So I put as a thumbnail a woman bending over. It weren't about night talkers. It was about mudlarking. And I don't know, last time I looked, it was 10,000 views. But normally my views, I get 200, and I find cracking stuff. So it shows you it's not really about the history. It's about what you put on your thumbnails. Okay, you put a lady on there, nice looking lady. I've got 12 in now. Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. So it's just to prove a point, Stuart. Let it go. Oh, so Stuart meant from American Digger. Yeah, he does a lot of that stuff too. He does, but he's a great lad, really. Christine Saint, message retracted. Okay, so she took a message away. Anything you want to know, you can private message me. Germans and Aussies. Joe Brown's here. How you doing, Joe? Are you all right, buddy? Mitchell Balsam. All hawkers are hawkers people who bury copper nails. I don't know, but that's a good idea. After you finish the field, go and spread a few bags of copper nails. Although it's going to cost you a few bob if you do that. Thomas says, don't tell the Austrians I said so. No, I know there's a thing between Austrians and Germans, isn't there? Kenny says, I told you need to go topless. Yeah, I won't get no views at all, Kenny. Come on. Stuart says, is there a country where nobody views Jeff? Mine is South Africa. I don't know. I don't know what mine is. I don't really check. Once or twice I've checked, but I got ages ago. So I can't tell you where nobody views. I don't know. Tell me what to do to get more views. I'd like to know. I don't do these chats where you got to pay. I don't want you to pay. It's hard-earned money. I don't want you to pay me, but I don't mind taking it off YouTube. They've got hundreds of billions, so I'll take it off YouTube. So just tell me how to increase my views. I've got 14 in the house now. What's this? Some sort of a record? Here's Ernest. How you doing, Ernest? Jeff is the best, he says. Well, that's nice of you, Ernest. This guy's a detectorist, and he's a good detectorist too. Really good. Stephen Pettican's still here. There are two Germans U-boats in the Bristol. Two German U-boats in the Bristol Channel, just off Padstow, and the German war records say they went down in the Med. All right, I'm going to tell you a story now, Stephen. I've got a friend who wrote a book. His name's Bernie Chowdhury. Is an American, but his mother's German and his father's Indian. Not American Indian, the other Indian. And Bernie's from America, and he's quite an established diver. I used to work with him. He had the John 316 is in, buddy? What's good? I've got 14. Must be a new record for me. Anyway, so Bernie wrote this book called The Last Dive about a U-boat that's off the coast of New Jersey, and they couldn't find out what it was, so they called it the Yoo-Hoo. And that was supposed to have been sunk in the Mediterranean, according to German records, and but it's not, because they recovered a box off it, which gave a number which they could trace back definitely to U. I can't remember the number of the U-boat, but they found this U-boat, and they found a knife on it, and it had the name Horenberger on it. So that gave them a clue. But there was a father and a son who went diving on it. It was extremely deep, and the son got trapped inside. And the father went in, left the stage bottles, what they call stage bottles, outside. He managed to free his son, got him out, but they came out from a different place, and they couldn't find these stage bottles. So they got two choices. They can either go to the surface after being well into decompression, and they would both die of the bends, or they could stay down there and die drowning. You got no choice. So what would you do? They came up and took the chances, and they both died through decompression sickness. One died on the boat, and the other one died in the hospital, because literally your blood boils, because you're breathing gases that's compressed, and it goes into your bloodstream through your lungs, through the alveoli in your lungs, and it's sent around your bloodstream to every part of your body under pressure. And when you come up, that's why you do decompression stops. You come up and you breathe out, and that compressed air or compressed gases come out, and they're breathed out, and these bubbles expand and breathe out and come out through your lungs and in your exhaled air. They couldn't do that. They didn't have enough gas. They had to come up, and they both died. So it's called The Last Dive. If you see that book anyway, by Bernie Chowdhury, it's called The Last Dive. Ernest, right? Stephen Pettican, there's two Germans. Yeah, okay. The John, how you doing, John? Saw your video, mate. You pulling some good stuff out just lately, aren't you? How's your missus? All right? Say hello to her for me. Stuart, or a state in America with no views? I don't know. Can you find out what states are viewing? I don't know whether you can or not. I don't know. But America is the place to be. If you're going to hit it big, you've got to be well in America, really, because that's where all the views are. That's where you got to be well in America. I've thought about going over to the States, and having a week or two there, probably 2 weeks, and detecting in different states. But that would be extremely expensive. I would need to hire a car. I would need to stay in a different place every night. That's going to be expensive. And I don't want to ask anybody who looks at my channel for money. I don't want to do that. It's my hobby. I'll fund it myself. And if I can't fund it, I won't go. But there's some places in the States I'd like to do, really. And I know a lot of people from the States like looking at our side of the pond because it's got like 2,000-year-old history, but and plus longer. Because I just found a find that's 3,500 to 4,000 years old. But look at it this way, I'm interested in history that's only 50-something years old in the States. That's John F. Kennedy. So if I find coins with JFK's face on it, I'd be over the moon. You find something from your Civil War, that's as important to you as a Roman coin is to us, because it's your history. So I understand that, and I don't knock your history. A lot of people do over this side of the pond. They knock America's history, and that's out of order. Detecting Jester, we've got 10 in now. So we've got up to 14, we've got 11 again. How you doing, Detecting Jester? Is there anybody else I've missed? Christine Saint. We have to go, Jeff, but we'll definitely be back. See you, Christine. Thanks for stopping. Stuart, bye, Jeff. See you, Stuart. Kenny's I have to go, bro. See you, Kenny. Steve Wester. How you doing, Steve? Your last set of Romans was worthy of Roman envy. Well done. Thank you. Yeah, it wasn't a bad find, was it, Steve? Stephen Pettigan, we'll have to look for that book, Jeff. Thanks. It's called The Last Dive by Bernie Chowdhury. I've got a copy here. He was my best man at my wedding, and he called me up when he got married in New York, and I was his best man. And he started a magazine, a scuba diving magazine, but it was technical diving. And he gave me a job on it. So, and I never looked back. Crazy about Mercury. Diana again. Absolutely love the Roman finds. Yeah, they're cool. They're cool, Diana. But like I say, I'm not knocking your stuff. There's some stuff there I'd like to find in the States. I'd love to come over. Let me tell you what I do. I'm going to tell some of you what I do. And some of you are in different locations. I invite a lot of people here, and I don't want nothing from them because I try to make the dreams come true. So if they want to come here, but I like to vet them because I've had a couple of mad people in the past. But decent people, I don't mind if they come here and have a week with me. I'll pick them up at the airport, feed them, and drop them back again. So it makes it viable for them because not everybody's earning a fortune. So all they've got to do is get the plane ticket. You get your plane ticket, and I'll do the rest for you and try and make your dreams come true. But I'd like somebody to do that for me too. I mean, I can go over to Dallas. I've got a choice of 2 people I can stay there with. I can go over to New York and stay with people there. There might be one or two other places I can stay, but more like the west side and the lower states around New Orleans and places like that. I don't know anybody there that could help me. I did do, but he blew his brains out. And he was a millionaire too. I could have stayed with him in New Orleans. But if anybody can do that for me, cool. I might just want to stop 1 or 2 nights or whatever and move on to the next place. And that's what I'd like to do. Get a few people around it in states and stay with them just a night and drive on to the next one. And it makes it quite viable. I couldn't do that otherwise. If you've got to stop in a hotel, $100 a night, and I'm there 14 nights, that's $1,400 just in hotel. Then I got to eat. So let's say, well, I know you can eat cheap in the States. Let's say $2,000, and then your airfare. So you're looking at $3,500 or something like that, plus your car hire. So maybe $4,500, $5,000. That's just that's out of my reach. I'm retired now, unless I have a windfall, and that's possible. So Dana's saying, I absolutely love the Romans. Thomas is still here. You may say congrats to me. Just passed my theory driving test. Driving or diving test. First time. Okay. Diana's saying you could always have some of your fans put you up for a night in different places that you wanted to visit. Then all of you would have his expenses. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why I do it for people here. But nobody's ever took me up on it. Quite a few people said, yeah, I'll do it. And there's some good people out there that I'd love to do that for. Joe Brown saying, I'd love to hunt in the UK, but I love finding my US currency. Yeah, great. You've got some great coins. I love your coins. A lot of silvers. You know, and there's other things I want to do. But Joe, if you want to come, talk to me. Detecting Jester, I'm good. Cheers, mate. I pulled out a couple of nice hammies this week. Where are you exactly? Well, I can tell that you're in England, but I don't know where. Stephen says, well done, CSA. Thanks, Steve. In French and all. Okay. Treasure Hunters, UK. Oi. Savaloy. How you doing? Are you all right? I like this guy. I just read your thing tonight that you may have to stop your videos. I don't, because I used to love looking at you. Well, I still love looking at you, and I like your attitude towards it all too. So, Luke, don't stop. Just be careful what you do. You know, maybe look. You don't show a lot on your videos, so how they've got to find the location, God only knows. You haven't been talking to people in the pub, have you? You got to be careful, you know. And or if people know you, they might follow you sometime. Just watch out for that. I'd like to swear, effing arseholes. That's what they are. Spoil it for everybody. So maybe you can bait a trap, get the car number and report them, because somebody's told me you have to pay $5,000 if you go night talking in the UK. So that will stop him, mate. Okay, so Thomas is on about a car. Crazy about Mercury Diana said, if you want to come back to Moorhead City area, I will gladly put you up for a night. Oh, that's nice of you, Diana. Thanks. I love Moorhead City. I love it. Beautiful place. Got very, very fond memories. Well, I can remember the guy, his name was Bobby. That's all at the dive centre. But his dad died and Bobby took over. And I lost contact with him. But thank you. Bear that in mind. I'd love to have a night detecting. But I'd have to really work it out, Diana. You know, where would I drive to the next day? And there's probably somewhere in Mississippi I could stay, because, you know, David Sunrise Solari, he's from Mississippi. And I know a couple of guys that come here and had some nice times with me there and in the pool drinking beer and having barbecues and that. So they probably owe me a day. So I could go on to Mississippi from North Carolina. I know it's within driving distance, within a day. I'm pretty sure it is. Martin Portofino, which day of the week are you detecting, Sunday or Saturday? Any day. It just depends what I've got on, Martin. It depends what I'm doing. I'm connected to a football team here, so most Saturdays I'm tied up with a football team. I think David, who's from Mississippi, is going to contact me. We're going out this week. I don't know whether it's tomorrow or Sunday. I've got to check and get back to him today. He's from Suffolk, detecting Jester. Now that's an interesting part of the country. Very interesting. There should be some good stuff down there. Suffolk. I'd love to come and have a day with you, I tell you. Steve says, your videos replacing your roof gave me vertigo. You have the courage of a lion, the workmanship of a true craftsman, and the balls of never mind. All right, number one. I have got the courage of a lion. I don't let anything bother me or anyone bother me. I don't bother anybody else. I try to be nice with people. If they give me shit, I give them twice as much shit back. Right? It's as simple as that. I guess most people are like that. So I'm nobody special in that respect. The workmanship of a true craftsman, no, I'm not. I have worked with a lot of people in almost every trade, bricklayers, joiners, and you get to know the basics. Right, so I know the basics of everything. The only thing I'm a true professional at is roofing. So the roof is not a problem because I was roofing for over 30 years in the UK. So that was not a problem. I know exactly how to set the roof right. You just can't strip a roof off and put tiles on it, because at this end, you might have half-inch overhang over your fascia board. And if you don't measure it out, when you get to the other end, you can have 12 inches overhang, and then your tile's going to fall off, isn't it? So you have to mark it all out. Got to know what to do, exactly how to do it. And I marked it all out and I strung it all out. And then I put the roof on. So when it comes to roofing, and I knew exactly what I was doing. So that was no problem. I haven't actually finished it yet. But the bits that are not finished are not affecting the watertight part of the roof. It's at the bottom end where I've got overhang. So if it leaks, it'll leak into the overhang and then down into the fresh air and not into the roof. So that's that. But I appreciate, Steve, what you said. If I recall, aren't you a bricklayer? I can't remember. I know you commented on this, but that's really nice what you said. I just try, and I've tried to make a silk purse out of this pig's ear, which it was. And I've worked really hard on it. I've only got 7 in now, and I've been on an hour and a half. Come on. Right, so I'm going to go in a bit. Let's give it another 2 or 3 minutes, an hour and a half, and I'm going to go. I really appreciate everybody coming, and I really appreciate what you said, Stevie. I've tried to film everything just to make an interesting video. I've done the pond there. I made the pond. From the countryside. So I paid nothing for the stonework. Every bit of stone I got for free. That'd cost me an arm and a leg if I did that in England. So all I paid for was the liner. That's all. That's all I paid for. What else has anybody? So I got that done for free. Treasure Hunters UK. It's not too bad. Cheers, mate. Cambridge is a small place, but I'm bothered about it's not upsetting the farmer. Yeah, I can understand. You don't want. He's the last guy you want to upset. Otherwise, your permission's gone. I'll be back before long. Luke, so I didn't know you was from Cambridge. I weren't sure. I thought you was further south. But Cambridge is Cromwell country, Oliver Cromwell country. So there'll be some good stuff down there. I don't know if there are any Civil War battles there. I don't think there was. Might have been a few skirmishes down there. Oliver Cromwell's my bloody hero, mate. I love him. So, right. So Thomas says, passed my driving qualification at the age of 11. I didn't know they issued qualifications at 11, Thomas. So you've done well there. Problem is knowing it's a bit difficult to drive, as you know, fat floats. Okay. Treasure Hunters UK. He's a plasterer. I could have done with you here, mate. I tell you. He's a plasterer. I could have done with you. Oh, I can plaster myself, but I won't be anywhere near as good as you. This is like what Stephen Westy was saying. Yeah, I've done loads of plastering. I put arched doorways in and had to plaster them because I couldn't afford to pay anybody. I know the basics, but I'm just not as good as you. The same as you won't be as good as me at roofing, you see. And you probably do it in the amount of time that I'm looking at it. You know what I mean? One of the toughest was plaster's labourer, and plastering was a tough job. But believe me, roofing's not easy either, because I had to carry all my tiles up on this roof, on my bloody shoulder, mate. That's where they went up. And I'm not a young lad anymore. I'm 69 in 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks. It's getting along. Okay, so there's a couple of guys here chatting to themselves. Burville 100's got to go. Thanks for dropping by, buddy. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for dropping in. Martin says, can I upload your video of Big Sil with Roman horsemen in some Facebook group? No, I've already done it. I know some numismatic and archaeologists, and they will tell me what. I know what it is. I need a diameter and weight. I know exactly what it is. I had an expert look at it, and he told me what it was. It's a Thrakish. They call it Thrakish horseman. Oliver Cromwell lived not far from you. Yeah, I know he lived in Cambridge. He Huntingdon. He was born in Huntingdon. And original Cromwells came from Nottingham, from a place called Cromwell. Funnily enough. Oh, you specialise in lime and horsehair. That's the original stuff. Wow. You must be on some top-notch money there then for that lime and horsehair, Luke. Wow. Somebody says here, horsehair. All the horses that have to die for meat and horsehair. Yeah. Well, there you go. Anyway, look, guys, stay in touch, Luke. Might get you over here one day, chap. Might get you over here. I'm going to go. I've been an hour and 31. That's about right for me. I normally do them that long. So, but it's slowly winding down, 7 on, and I'm going to go. Thanks for dropping by. I really appreciate all your beautiful comments. Stay well and do well, and everybody get in touch with me. Know how to get in touch with me if you want to. All right, take care. I'm ending the stream now, guys. All the best. Take care. Ciao. Thanks. Thanks. Cheers. Bye-bye. Take care, Dana. Thanks a lot.